This is Adam Martin with your Western District Fishing Report. Here at Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley, water levels are still at summer pool, but we'll begin a slow drawdown starting this weekend. As usual, this will only be an inch or two per day until they get it back to winter pool. The fishing has still been good overall, with white bass and yellow bass being the most reliable options in this July heat. Both species can be taken along the main channel in good numbers and will often school together. Jigging spoons, casting spoons, white inline spinners all work well. The bass fishing has been pretty good too, with a lot more schooling fish offshore than we have seen in prior years. But the lack of current has made the actual bite pretty difficult. On average, they're only running minimal flow through the dams, and anytime there's a lack of current, it's difficult to get those offshore fish to position and bite easily. The crappie fishing has been holding out well for those anglers willing to brave the heat, with most fish being found in the deeper brush piles or even cruising open water. The catfish bite has been good along the main channel, and you'll also find some channel catfish and many other species in the shallows thanks to the large mayfly hatches which are ongoing. Early mornings and late evenings are the best for that mayfly pattern. This weekend will be a busy one, so as always, if you decide to get out on the water, always remember to wear your life jackets and kill switches. Good luck.
This is Jason Russell with your Eastern District Fishing Report. Army Corps lakes across the district remain stable at summer pool water levels with clear water conditions. Surface water temperatures are in the low 80s. Downstream conditions include minimal outflows and clear water. Fishing has been very good in most tailwater areas due to low flow conditions. Most area streams remain in great condition, offering excellent opportunities for wade fishing and paddlecraft. Bluegill and sunfish continue to produce good results now, with bluegill back on the beds in some locations. Yatesville, Fish Trap, and Paintsville lakes would all be good choices this time. Wax worms, red worms, and night crawlers are always good options for catching panfish. Bass fishing is still going well on a number of district lakes. Good numbers of larger bass are being caught in shallow water in the upper ends of lakes. With warmer daytime temperatures, vegetation is really starting to grow and shallow water weed beds are filling out. Top water lures worked in and around weed beds are producing good numbers of quality bass. With the warmer temperatures, night fishing is also picking up. Both jigs and swim baits have been successful. Try fishing Yatesville, Dewey, or Paintsville lakes for quality bass on weed beds. Catfish has begun to slow down with the peak of spawning. This remains a great time for tickling and noodling season, which continues now through August 31st in daylight hours. Rod and reel fishing, as well as jugs and limb lines, should start to pick back up in a couple of weeks. Planned trout stockings for this month include rainbow trout in Paintsville tailwater on July 18th. We get a lot of questions coming in on farm pond management and vegetation control this time of year. Be sure to check out some helpful information and links on our website at fw.ky.gov under the Fish and Fisheries Management drop menus. Be sure to be safe on the water with the upcoming holiday weekend, and when given opportunity, be sure to take a kid fishing.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Water temperatures at area lakes are running in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Water conditions are very good at many of our area lakes. There are good opportunities to catch some largemouth bass at area lakes like Bullock Pen, Kincaid, Gist Creek, Taylorsville, and Harrington Lakes. Crankbaits and swim baits fished in about 5 to 8 foot of water can be very productive this time of year, especially fished along main lake banks and points entering into creeks and coves. Soft plastics are also very productive when fished around woody cover or shoreline aquatic vegetation. If fishing during early morning hours or late evening hours, it's a great time of year to try a little topwater fishing for bass with buzz baits and propeller baits or poppers. And finally, largemouth bass are being caught after dark fishing spinner baits, soft plastics, or jig and plastic combinations when fished around shoreline cover or brush piles. A few crappie are being caught at area lakes such as Taylorsville, Bolts, and Beaver Lakes. You want to try fishing a crappie minnow or crappie jigs to catch a few of these fish. These fish are in about 6 to 10 feet of water. You want to concentrate your efforts on large standing trees or brush piles off the shore along the river or creek channels. Blue catfish and channel catfish are being caught at Taylorsville Lake as well as the Ohio River and Kentucky rivers. Channel catfish can be caught fishing cut shad fished around the creek or river channel edges in about 6 to 15 feet of water. Additionally, there's a great opportunity for good catches of panfish at several of our department-owned lakes such as Beaver, Corinth, Elmer, and McNeely Lakes. Bluegill and shellcracker are being caught on a variety of lures such as cricket, mealworms, or redworms. You need to concentrate your efforts around aquatic vegetation along the edges of the shoreline. And finally, it's a great time of year to get out and fish a few of our local area streams such as Elkhorn Creek, South Fork Licking, or Floyd's Fork for smallmouth bass and rock bass. Small crankbaits or jerkbaits as well as small jigs or mimicking a crayfish can be a very productive bait on these streams at this time. Remember always to ask permission before entering any private property. So grab a pole, enjoy some great summertime fishing, and I hope to see you on the water.